few hours. I think because of just the simplicity of the idea.
Now, did we realise that it was Moffat himself who invented it?
It is, yes. It's smart, man. Not always a smart man, but a smart man, isn't it? I love it because there's something just, like I said, the simplicity of it. The childlike scariness of it. Don't close your eyes, you know. There's something great about that. That's my favourite.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But you know, having said that, this is the man with the most moral courage of
It's
remarkable man.
If you could team up with any other doctor, a la the 50th, which doctor would you team up with?
I'm torn between the first one and the last one. Bill Hartnell, because he was my doctor when I was a kid, and Capaldi, who I think has kind of got elements of Hartnell in him. So yeah, that would be my choice. I'll go for the kind of grumpy middle-aged man, not the bright sort of Bambi Matt Smith type. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm with the middle-aged men team. Oh, water, who knew?
Approach the bench.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, as much as I love Dr. Fu, and I do, I was kind of wondering if you would be willing to talk a little bit about your experiences with the project you did with your brothers, the Hanging Jet.
The Hanging Jet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was a BBC, how many parts have we got? 4-part serial we made in 1994, and it was a story. Actually, it was something my own family story. Well, you know, ours was a family that came to England because of the Irish potato famine in the 1840s. Grew up in Liverpool, consequently. But anyway, my younger brother had the idea to write a story, or at least a synopsis of the story, take it to the BBC, and BBC Northern Ireland eventually shot it with us. So we spent 7 months in Ireland in 1994 making this series of the BBC, and it was successful. I mean, you know, millions of people watched it. Not everybody liked it. It was kind of divisive, and I mean, the subject matter. But a great thing to have worked on, and only the second time that all 4 brothers, you know, for anyone that doesn't know, I got 3 brothers, all actors. And there's only 5 years between us, so it's kind of, we're like the same age anyway. And it's only twice we've worked together on something. We worked together once on the stage when we started, and that was the first time, probably the last time, so we worked on TV together. But it was quite something. And as well, notably, that year, 94, when we were there, and in that particular place, for those of you that might not know Ireland, or at least the geography of the island of Ireland, Donegal, where we shot it, is at the very top of the island on the map, but is actually part of the Republic. And in order to get to it from the UK, you go through the province of Northern Ireland. Anyway, the nearest city to where we were working was Derry, Londonderry. And it was during that summer that we were there, that's when the Troubles stopped and the ceasefire happened, the war, if you like, ended. So that's also just memorable. We watched that happen, you know. But a great time, and a feather, particularly in my little brother's cap, I think, for having the idea and taking it to the beam and then for them to make it. Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant, and thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to hear about it again. Shall I think of a question? Hello.
Since both you and Richard Grant have done Doctor Who, have you had a chance to meet Richard since then and discuss?
You know, strangely,
Doctor Who?
He never mentioned it.
He never.
He played the Doctor.
Yeah, he also
He didn't tell me he was going to do it.
He also was a villain in one of
he was going to do it, and we never had the conversation.
He was a villain.
It's only because he's a weirdo.
He was a villain in one of the Christmas specials.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I was thinking recently of the boot. If the boot had been on the other foot, I'd have stolen one of his characters. Prophet. I've not told him. I think he'd probably had something to say. No, that was strange because he did an online thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Played the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've never had that conversation.
You discussed discuss with Neil and I.
What we do, you know, when the anniversaries come up,
Yeah.
and of course, you know, he and I are forever, you know, linked,
Yeah.
conjoined.
That was the funniest movie I ever saw. And I'm serious.
Listen,
Because
I'm trying to get.
everyone should watch it. 'Cause
Heather's a film student, but she's never seen it.
the first time I watched it, I was crying, laughing, with tears streaming down my eyes.
That's pretty much what we were like when we
It
shot
was,
it.
yeah. There's no other movie that's ever done that.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Again, I was
Yeah,
trying to describe it. But it's one of those movies, when you describe it to people, you can never do it
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't really got a plot that you can.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but it's got a sweet, sweet core too. It's like very sympathetic. It's hard to describe, as you said. Yeah.
But it's one of those pictures, it's not unique in this sense, but it's one of those pictures, I can think of a few more, where so much of the dialogue that is written is really memorable. You remember it, people watch it, remember it,
Quotable.
and they learn the lines. You know,
Yeah.
that's been really strange over the years. And the last time Richard and I spoke about it, he said to me, you know, because actors, you know, you do a job, you learn the script, and then a week later you forget the words because it's like disposable memory. It's like revising for exams, and you learn the words, you forget them. He said, but over the years, he said, I've learned that part again because people just perform the scenes in front of me, and they go, what about the bit where you say, and they say the whole thing again. You know, so he's
Does that happen to you as well?
yeah. And I remember going home once and someone had chalked perfume pumps on the pavement outside my house with an arrow pointing to my front door. Just in case. That's funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. But no spoilers. Why don't you lift that mic up a little bit? Because there you go. There we go. That's better.
So when you got the call back from Big Finish to reprising the Doctor, for them, what was your initial thoughts?
You
on
mean at the
redoing
beginning
that?
with
With
Big
Big
Finish?
Finish, when they first said like you would like to go back.
It felt like an opportunity, I've got to say. It felt, am I going back now? I'm going back 2002 or 3. And, you know, the so-called movie, the pilot we made hadn't gone to series, so there'd been 3 or 4 years where, again, there'd been nothing. We hadn't seen Eccleston yet, and that hadn't come back. And I was offered these audio adventures, and I jumped at the idea, really. In a way, partly because it was a way to, perhaps to try out anyway. I remember thinking, and this is where they sold it to me, you know, that perhaps we can flesh out some of the ideas that you had for the series that they never made, you know, the TV series that never happened. Because we were disappointed, of course, when the pilot never went to series, because there'd been all kinds of plans, what we're going to do with it, what kind of, you know, the characterization of the Doctor. And in a way now, as we know now, 15 years later, the eighth Doctor lives on audio, really, mostly. And so I finally got to play it, in a way, the way I wanted to play it. And I adore the audios, really. It's great as well to be back every now and again on TV. That's kind of glamorous and fun. But doing the 6-minute short was a fantastic experience. But it does feel akin to, you know, say it was a football match, kind of being brought on for the last 5 minutes to score an open goal, to score a penalty or something. It's easy. It's great, you know. While poor Capaldi has to work 16-hour days with 10 minutes. I don't mind that. But yeah, it's been great. We're going to carry on. You know, in fact, now for the audios, really, it's boom time. Most notably, but really chiefly because North America finally has become, the penny has dropped. Particularly in the US, they've started buying them. Not that they were resistant all those years, but I don't think around the time of the 50th, though, it really caught on. And the way Big Finish exists and the way the audios are made is that the more we sell, the more we can make. So that's why we're making more and more. Last week we made 4 more. We made 4 Time More episodes, and I tell you, they're fantastic. So we're going to meet now 4 times a year rather than twice. I'm just going to make more and continue because it's never ending. I can see, you know, I'm sure we'll still be doing them 10, 15, 20 years from now. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be awesome.